Hello everyone, welcome back to online class. I am AKKAMAHADEVI from APPA Public School. So as we all know that we have completed 8 chapters in science, isn't it? So even your unit tests are also going on. So what I thought to recapitulate the lessons which we have completed, isn't it? So I am going to start today first chapter, that is food. Where does it come from? So as you all know that the definition of food, isn't it? What do you mean by food and what are the importance of food? Why do we need food? Okay. So the first chapter is food. Where does it come from? So here, what are the contents which we are going to learn in this chapter are food and its importance. Okay. So first we are going to learn about food and its importance, and next we are going to learn about variety of food, isn't it? So here you can see the variety of food, and next you can learn like ingredients, after that sources of food, and next types of organisms on the basis of their food habits, isn't it? So at last we are going to recapitulate like summary of this lesson, isn't it? So first, food and its importance, variety of food, ingredients, sources of food, types of organisms on the basis of their food habits, and at last we are going to summarize this chapter once again. Okay? Fine. So now, what do you mean by food? So here the definition of food is the nutritious things we eat for obtaining the nutrients is called food, isn't it? So what do you mean by food? The nutritious things we eat for obtaining the nutrients is called food. So now you might be thinking that what is this nutrient, isn't it? So here nutrients are substances in our food that are needed by our body for the growth and maintenance and repair, isn't it? So now, which are the nutrients which are present? Can you guess? Yes, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and roughage. So these are the nutrients which we are getting through food, isn't it? Fine. So next, we are going to learn about the importance of food. So why we should eat food? What is the importance of food? Okay. So what is the importance of food? So first is it helps us to perform all our daily activities, isn't it? So it helps us to perform all our daily activities. So one day without food, just you see that whether you without having food you can do the activities like actively you can do the activities without having food. No, it is not possible. So here the importance is like it helps us to perform all our daily activities which we can do very actively. That is possible only when we have food, isn't it? Okay, next is it provides energy to our body. So here by eating food what we get? We get energy. So many food items are there from which we get energy. So that we should have food to provide energy to our body. And next it keeps us healthy. So by eating food, balanced diet which helps us to be healthy, isn't it? Yes. Next, it protects us from various germs and infections. Even many foods it helps us, it protects us from various germs and infections. And at last even food helps in growth and development, isn't it? So food helps in growth and development. So these are the importance of food. So once again we will revise. It's like it helps us to perform all our daily activities. It provides energy to our body. It keeps us healthy. It protects us from various germs and infections. It helps in growth and development. Okay. So here we have learned about what is food and what are the importance of food. Okay. So next we will move to variety of food. Okay. So here few questions are there on your screen. You can see like what today we eat. So today what we are going to eat. The question is like what today we eat. What did you eat yesterday? Was it same food that you will eat today? And one more question is added there, that did your friends eat the same food that you used to eat? Okay. So here the first question, what today we eat. So for example, I'll tell chapati. Okay. So next question, what did you eat yesterday? Was it same food that you will eat today? So my answer is no, because yesterday I ate roti, isn't it? So today I brought chapati and yesterday I ate roti. And now the next question, did your friends eat the same food that you used to eat? No, because they'll bring different variety of food. Their food is different from my food, isn't it? So here variety means different. So among your friends, many students will be of other states, isn't it? So Punjabi student, like Punjabi will be his food will be different from our food, and even Kerala, they'll be their food will be different from others. So different states, they will eat different kinds of food. So here variety means different. Okay. So next is ingredients. So what do you mean by ingredients? So here the definition of ingredients is the materials required to prepare a dish is called ingredients. Okay, so the definition of ingredients is the materials required to prepare a dish is called ingredients. So now let us take one food item. So here we took roti or chapati. Okay, so here we will take chapati. And to prepare this food item, chapati, what are the ingredients we need? Yes, we need flour, isn't it? We need water, okay? And even we need salt. So to prepare this chapati, what are the things we need? Those are called ingredients. Got it? So ingredient means the material. So here these are the materials which we are using to prepare chapati. So flour, water and salt. So these are the ingredients. So now we will take one more example, that is dal. Okay, so to prepare this dal, what are the ingredients we need? Okay, so here we need pulses, water, salt, we need oil and even we need spices, isn't it? So what we call for all these materials? Yes, we call ingredients. So these are the ingredients which we require to prepare a dish called dal. So here to prepare dal, these are the ingredients we require. Is that clear? So here ingredients means the material. So these are the materials. The materials require to prepare a dish. These are the dish, isn't it? These are the materials and these are the dish. The materials required to prepare a dish is called ingredients. Got it? Ingredient means okay, fine. So next, sources of food. What do you mean by sources of food? The place or living organisms from which we obtain food are known as sources of food, isn't it? So once again, I'll repeat this definition. Sources of food, the place or living organisms from which we obtain food are known as sources of food, isn't it? So next, how many sources are there? Can you guess? Yes, there are two sources. One is plant source and the another one is animal source. So how many sources are there? There are two sources of food. One is plant and the another one is animal. Okay, so what we get from the plants? We get roots as food. We get stem, isn't it? We get flowers. We get fruits. We get leaves. We get seeds. So these all from where we get? We get from plant, isn't it? Yes. So these are the things which we are getting to eat from plants. So which are those? Roots, stem, flowers, fruits, leaves and seeds. So these are all sources of plants which we get from plants. Okay. So now look here. These are the sources of animals. So from animals what we get? We get meat, isn't it? We get chicken, we get egg, we get milk and even we get honey. So these are the sources which we get from animals and these are the sources which we get from plants. Okay, is that clear? There are two sources of food. One is plant source and the another one is animal source. So from plants what we get? We get roots, we get stem, flowers, fruits, leaves, seeds. And from animals we get meat, chicken, egg, milk and honey. Okay, fine. Now here different edible parts of plant. So plant source as we discussed. So here is a plant, colorful plant you can see here. So see, consider this as one plant. Okay, so whether the parts of all these plants can we eat? Is it possible? No, because only few parts are edible parts. So here edible means which we can eat, isn't it? So only few parts will be edible parts. So now look at this diagram. So it is a plant. So here you can see flower and here you can see fruit and here you can see stem, isn't it? So this is stem and leaf, isn't it? So here you can see bud, here is node and internode. So now we will talk about these parts, okay? Flower, fruit, stem, leaf, okay? So the parts which are above the ground. So here we can see this is a shoot system and here we can see root system, isn't it? So below the ground which is there, that are roots, isn't it? So for this part we call root system, and above the ground whatever the part is there, for this part we call shoot system, isn't it? So the shoot system consists of flower, fruit, stem, leaf, isn't it? And the root system consists of primary root and secondary root, isn't it? So this is about this plant, like it is a shoot system and here is root system. The root system consists of only roots, that is primary root and secondary root, and the shoot system consists of flower, fruit, stem, leaf. Okay, so just to practice this diagram. So we will move to next. So here is plants as a source of food. Okay, we have learned the parts of the plants just now, isn't it? So from which part, what we get, we will come to know here. So different parts of plants that can be used as food. So first we take it roots, okay? So roots, which are the roots which we eat as a food? We eat radish, isn't it? We eat carrot, we eat turnip, isn't it? So these are the roots which we get from plants. So we get radish as a root from plant, we get carrot as a root from plant, and even we get turnip from as a root from plant. So next is stem. So which are the stem like? Here potato and sugarcane and even onion. So these are the parts which we get as a stem from plant, isn't it? So next is flowers. So here we use rose. Rose leaves are used as even juice also, isn't it? We use for juice and all this rose plant, rose leaf flowers. So even this cauliflower also we use as in our food, isn't it? So these are the flowers which we get from plant. And next is fruits. So which are the fruits we get? There are lots of fruits. So for here I took few like apple, banana and mango. Okay. So next is leaves. So which are the leaves we are going to use here? Spinach and cabbage. So the spinach and cabbage from where we get? We get from plant, isn't it? Yes. And here seeds. So which are the seeds which we get like wheat, rice, etc. So these are the things which we get from plants. Okay. So now we will move forward and see here sources of food which we get from plants. So here are cereals. You can see variety of cereals here, isn't it? You can see wheat, rice, maize, jawar, bajra. So these are the cereals which we get from only plants. Okay. So even we get pulses also from plants, isn't it? So you can see a variety of pulses on the screen like chana, green moong, rajma, isn't it? Urd. So next is sugar. So here even we get sugarcane, and sugarcane is also a plant source, isn't it? And here sugar beet is also a plant source which we get from plants. So next, oil. The oil which we use for cooking, from where it comes? It is a source of plants. From plants only we get, isn't it? So you can see mustard oil, coconut, sunflower, soya bean, groundnut, isn't it? So these are the things which we get from plants. Okay. The next is fruits. Even these fruits also we get from plants. So here few images are there like apple, mango, banana, orange. So these are the fruits which we get from plants, isn't it? So next is vegetables. So here you can see vegetables on the screen like potato, brinjal, cauliflower, carrot and lady's finger, isn't it? So these are the vegetables which we get from plants. Okay, fine. So now we will discuss one activity based on this plant sources. Okay, so have you all seen the dry seeds? So here you can see dry seeds. Okay, so these are the seeds, moong. Either you take moong or you take chana. Okay, so first what you should do, just you listen carefully. Take some dry seeds of moong or chana. Either you take moong or you take chana. Okay, so take some dry seeds. Put a small quantity of seeds in a container filled with water. So you should put those seeds in a container which is filled with water. Okay, and leave this aside for a day. So when you'll put those seeds in a container which is filled with water, isn't it? So keep that container aside for a day. Okay, so next day what you should do, I'll tell you. So next day, drain the water completely. You should drain the water. You should remove the water from that container, isn't it? Drain the water completely and leave the seeds in the vessel. So you should drain only water, not seeds. Okay. So after you drain the water completely and leave the seeds in the vessel. Okay, so here what will happen? Next day what happens? Next day drain the water completely and leave the seeds in the vessel. So after that what you should do? You should take those seeds and wrap them with a piece of wet cloth. Okay, so what you should do? You should wrap them with a piece of wet cloth. Okay, fine. So here you can see what happens after when you wrap them with a piece of wet cloth. What happens? You should keep it aside. So the following day you will observe. So here you can see, isn't it? So here you can see a white small structure has grown out of the seeds, isn't it? So what we call for this small white structure? Exactly, these are the sprouts which has come out of the seeds, isn't it? Yes, the following day you will observe a small white structure has grown out of the seeds. Each so the seeds have sprouted. So here before we took dry seeds, isn't it? So after this activity at last we got this sprouted seeds, isn't it? So you all come to know that how to prepare this sprouted seeds. Yes, so these sprouted seeds, after that what you can do, you can wash them and even you can boil them and add spices and have it in the morning as a breakfast and even in the evening as a snacks, which is very good for your health, isn't it? Yes, so this is all about sprouted seeds. So we will move next. Now animals. So here animals as a sources of food. So what we get from animals? We get meat from animal, we get chicken from animal, we get egg, we get milk and even we get honey, isn't it? So these are the sources, like we get meat, we get chicken, we get egg and milk and honey. So these are all animal sources which we get from animals, isn't it? Okay. So now you can see here. So here you can see a picture. So this is, see here. You can see here milk. Okay. So from where do we get milk? Obviously, we get from cow and goat, isn't it? So here we get milk from cow and goat. So here milk is a source of animal. Okay. So next, eggs. From where do we get eggs? We get eggs from hen, and even we get eggs from duck, isn't it? So we get eggs from hen, and even we get eggs from duck. So here eggs, they are a source of animals. Okay, fine. So next, here you can see meat, isn't it? So from where do we get this meat? Yes, from hen and from goat. Okay, so we get meat from hen and from goat, and here meat, it is also a source of animal which we get from animal, isn't it? Fine. So here there is one more activity based on animal source. Okay, so before one activity we have discussed, that is our plant source, and here we will discuss about animal source. Okay, so honey we get from animal source, isn't it? So here honey, it is obtained from honeybees, isn't it? So honey is obtained from honeybees. So here you can see honey, isn't it? So from where do we get honey? From bees, isn't it? We get honey from bees. So how we will get, we will see. Okay, so here bees collect nectar, isn't it? So these bees collect nectar from the flowers, isn't it? From flowers of the plants. Okay, so what the bees will do? Bees will collect nectar from flowers of the plants and change this nectar inside their body to make honey, isn't it? So here what the bees will do? Bees will suck the nectar from the flowers of the plants. Okay, so after that what the bees will do? Bees will convert this nectar inside their body to make honey, and that honey is stored in beehive, isn't it? Where they store? They store in beehive. Okay, later on we use this honey. Okay, yes, so you all come to know how we get honey from bees. Yes, so now we will move forward. So here you can see, here the heading is ingredients used to prepare food items and their sources. So before, like we studied only the food item and the ingredients which we use to prepare this food item, isn't it? So one more column I have added here, like sources. From which source we get? We should come to know, no? Like we are getting milk. From where we are, from which source we are getting? Either from plant or animal. Yes. So here the food item, so first I took is kheer, isn't it? So here the food item is kheer. So to prepare this kheer, what are the ingredients we need? We need milk, we need rice, and we need sugar. So what we call these materials? Yes, these are the ingredients to prepare a dish. Which dish? Kheer. Okay. So now let us come to know that which are the sources, like from which source we get these ingredients. Okay. So first is milk. So milk we get from plant source or animal source? Yes, we get milk from animal source. Okay. So rice we get from plant, isn't it? And sugar, this also we get from plant, isn't it? So here food item is kheer and the ingredients are milk, rice and sugar, and the sources. Milk is an animal source, rice is a plant source, and sugar is also a plant source. Fine. So now one more food item we will take, that is brinjal curry. Okay. So here to prepare this brinjal curry, what are the ingredients we need? We need obviously brinjal, isn't it? We need oil and even we need spices. So brinjal we get from plant or animal? Yes, brinjal we get from plant. And oil from plant, and spices also from plant. Okay, so these are the sources from which we get. Fine. So now we will move forward. Now we will discuss about types of organisms on the basis of their food habits. Okay, so now we will discuss about types of organisms on the basis of their food habits. Yes, so there are three types. I'll explain one by one. So first is herbivores. Okay, you can see on the screen like this is herbivores. So the word herbivores has split into herb, which means plants, and vorous means eater, those who will eat, isn't it? So here, who will eat? Like the animals. Here we are talking about the animals, isn't it? So the animals which eat only plants. Like, okay, so the animals which eat only plants and plant products are called herbivores. Okay, so here herb means plants and vorous means eater. So here the animals which eat only plants and plant products are called herbivores. Okay, so here are a few examples of herbivores. You can see here goat. Goat is a herbivorous animal. Cow, horse, deer, giraffe, butterfly. So these are the examples of herbivores. Okay. So next is carnivores. So here carni means meat. Okay. So carni means meat and vorous means again here eater. So here the animals which eat meat or the flesh of other animals are called carnivores. Okay, so carnivores means the animals which eat the flesh of other animals are called carnivores. Okay, so here are few examples. So lion is an example of carnivorous. Tiger, fox, eagle, snake, spider, shark. So these are the examples of carnivorous. Okay, yes. So next is omnivorous. So here omni means all types of food. Either it may be a plant product or animal product. Okay. So here the animal like eater, animal which eats both plants as well as the flesh of other animals are called omnivorous, isn't it? So omnivorous means the animals which eat both plants as well as the flesh of other animals are called omnivorous. And here a few examples. So we human are omnivorous, isn't it? We eat both plant products and even meat, like animal products also. And the example, one more is bear, raccoon, crow, chicken, lizard, and rat. So these are the examples of omnivorous. Okay. So now here once again we will revise like types of organisms on the basis of their food habits. So here we have learned like herbivorous. The definition of herbivorous is animals which eat only plants and plant products are called herbivorous. And the examples are cow, goat, elephant, deer, and so on. Okay. And what do you mean by carnivorous here? Animals which eat the flesh of other animals are called omnivorous. And the examples are lion, tiger, eagle, and so on. Okay. So next is omnivorous. So here animals which eat both plants and animals are called omnivorous. And the examples are dog, crow, human beings. Okay. So this is all about types of organisms on the basis of their food habits. Okay, so there are three types. They are herbivorous, carnivorous, and omnivorous. So what do you mean by herbivorous? Animals which eat only plants and plant products are called herbivorous. Carnivorous means animals which eat the flesh of other animals are called omnivorous. Carnivorous, sorry, and omnivorous means animals which eat both plants and animals are called omnivorous. Okay, so here is an activity like you should make a column and you should write separately Here herbivorous. So herbivorous, cow, goat, and you can write few more examples. So carnivorous, which are the animals? Lion, tiger. And here omnivorous. The examples are dog, crow, isn't it? So these are the examples of herbivorous, carnivorous, and omnivorous. So now look at this concept map by looking. So when you look at this map, you will get a clear imagination of this chapter. Okay. So here is food, isn't it? So basic requirement of life and its sources, food means. So here there are two sources. One is plant source and the another one is animal source. Okay. So from plant sources, which are those? Roots, isn't it? Leaves, stems, fruits, seeds, and flowers. So these are the plant sources, and here we can see animal sources like milk, meat, fish, eggs, poultry. So these are the animal sources. So now here are herbivorous, omnivorous, and carnivorous. So herbivorous, the animals which eat plants and plant products. Okay, so here plants are there. So directly here the herbivorous means animals which eat plants and plant products, and here carnivorous is the animals which eat the flesh of other animals, and here omnivorous. Omnivorous means which eat both plants as well as animals. Okay, so we have learnt about food and its importance. We have learnt about variety of food, isn't it? And even we have learnt about sources of food. We have learnt about ingredients, and even we have learnt about types of organisms based on their food habits. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this class. Thank you.